fact is, I don't have a relationship right now, but things couldn't change in a split second, as you know that they do. Every single situation we find ourselves in, can you think again? I've always thought about how we could possibly have world peace if we could not stop ourselves from whacking our children who spill a glass of milk. But it's even worse than that. We can't even give ourselves a break. How many of us have been we are our worst crucifiers. And there is, and I've told you this before, and I really recommend that you do it sometime. It will absolutely rock you down to the core. You go in the bathroom and you put your hands on the mirror and you look in your eyes and you say, I love you. You are divine, you're immortal, and I am your best champion. And you do not deserve what I dish out to you. And see if that does not shift the way that you look at other people. It is so profound. Here we are. I was thinking, I was in Inferno in Dan Brown's book. He's talked about how the Christians, like Michelangelo, painted the face of God on the Sistine Chapel. To the Islam, that is considered blasphemy. They don't consider themselves arrogant enough to paint the face of God, so they use symbols to recognize what God is, which is absolutely impossible anyway. But that is something we kill each other over. You see? My client, my Al-Anon sponsor years ago said, I was sitting at her kitchen table, this was many years ago, and I said, you know, Gussie, I'm just so afraid that if I go inside and I really take a good hard look at who I am, I'm afraid that I'm going to discover that I am the monster I think that I am. Yeah. And she said, you know what you're going to find when you get down in there, Jenny? And I said, what? She said, just you. The Course in Miracles says, only your misperceptions stand in your way. The perception is based on a separated state, and it's our perception that needs healing. And I'm wondering if we really need healing because we're already divine. And if we weren't, we wouldn't exist. So what is it that we need to do to quit suffering, to heal? First, realize that suffering has been our greatest teacher. That when you don't need it, you won't do it anymore. There's a joke that says a man is beating his head against the wall, and another guy comes down the street and sees him, and he goes, why are you beating your head against the wall? And the man says, because it feels so good when I stop. Course in Miracles says, spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit, so therefore you are in a state of grace forever, no matter how unconscious we are. And Jesus told us heaven and earth will pass away. That means because there's going to be no longer any separation between the two, because we are becoming awake. In the greater scheme of things, we're meant to evolve into conscious beings, and those who don't will suffer the consequences because they are out of alignment with the universal flow. But the problem is, the evolutionary impulse of the universe, you cannot be out of alignment. Therefore, it's impossible. So obviously, what suffering does for us is it creates a willingness not to suffer anymore, and that helps you awaken. There is a dimension that is deeper than who you believe you are. When you make room for life itself, instead of thinking of your past and future story, get quiet in the now and suffering stops. It is absolutely an astounding experience. You can do it through stillness exercises like being with flowers or moons or whatever else you want to do. Or the most transformative thing you can do, Eckhart says, is to just get conscious and breathe. So you have to decide, is this moment important to you? Because we seem to just leap over the moment. And this is the only destination there is. We don't get into the future, it's always now. And those are concepts that just used to go flying right over the top of my head. I did not know because I was so encapsulated in thought that I couldn't see what was right in front of my face. So can you make friends with what is? I'll tell you something, if you try to do that, it is extraordinary what happens. Understand that we are one with the great sonship. There is only the one Son, and we are it. Watch and listen, watch your thoughts. Make sure that if you're feeling anxiety in your body, ground in your body, make sure that you check back with it and just say, I want to make friends with what is. This is my moment, this is the now, and this is where we are. And watch and see what happens. And I invite you to come upstairs or call me on the phone and tell me how you're doing with the mirror exercise and everything else, because I am on this journey with you, and I am so excited. This is the greatest time to be alive as we all awaken and move forward consciously into a new type of human being. And we are on the cutting edge. And I think, hallelujah. Thank you very much.